Hello and welcome to Connect FCS Ed, where we talk about family and consumer science education. This podcast is geared towards recruiting, maintaining, and supporting all FCS educators. I am your host, Barbara Scully, and I am here to help boldly celebrate with you families and careers. Hello and welcome back to Connect FCS Ed. My name is Barbara Scully, and today I am so grateful that you are listening. Today's cast, I really want to highlight gratitude and the power of gratitude. Gratitude and acts of kindness are medicine for the mind and spirit. It's not a metaphor, it's science. Recently, I was up in my husband's shop looking for my high school senior's photo to share with my school yearbook teacher, who's completing this year's yearbook alone due to COVID-19. While I was up in the shop searching through boxes, remember, I had moved here across the state about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So yes, we still have things in boxes. But I stumbled across a log journal from 2013. Immediately, I was transported back to a buried memory whom I don't even recognize anymore. A mom who she was trying to find herself, battling depression, raise 4 feral children, fight for a marriage that had been fractured, the pressure to keep one particular person alive. The goal, as being a parent, is to keep all of your children alive. But I needed one to stay alive, and I was under, dire emergency help. This journal was from August 2013. It had food logs, corrective insulin dosages, carbohydrate counts, and reflections from a tired mama. As I write the notes for this cast, I can see myself standing at my kitchen counter with a pen in my right hand and my left hand holding up my head, while hearing all the chattering of my kids' voices in the background. I was making calculations and reading nutrition labels. If you haven't already guessed it, my 7-year-old daughter at the time was just diagnosed type 1 diabetic. August 15th, 2013, blood glucose, 985, weight, 37 pounds, and 8.0 ketones in her urine. Just like any mom, we remember, certain things. Just like, when we give birth to our first child, or actually, I remember all of my kids' birth weights and lengths and all the remarks, their APGAR scores and everything. I remember all those things. So this data was just another snapshot that is forever captured in my memory bank. I remember the hospital, the stale medical smell of our room. I remember the looks on our nurses' and doctors' faces as they were all baffled and shocked by telling me how serious this situation was, because they were surprised that my daughter was not in a coma with her blood glucose so high. Immediately, they started her on insulin, and that's where the crash course on diabetic management came in. This log journal is a time capsule into my family's history. As I was in the shop just reading it, I shed a few tears, yes, because I remember that mom. That scared but feisty mom who is not going to allow this event define who she was or define her daughter. Type 1 diabetes or any other medical diagnosis does not define who you are. It becomes who you are, but it is not your end all. This was 2013. Flash forward, it is April of 2020, but just a few days ago, March 29th, 2020, I'm sitting at the computer creating some sort of digital content for my school when my husband thrusts his cell phone into my face, where I start to read. A good friend of ours, actually our old next-door neighbor, their 12-year-old daughter is being rushed to Children's Hospital right now because she was just diagnosed type 1 diabetic. Wow, my heart sank. It broke. But honestly, before I even had any idea what I was doing, I had dialed the mom's number and she answered in a very small, frail voice. But she was strong, trying to keep it together for her daughter. I listened to her. I gave her a heads up what she was about to experience. But behind me, who was listening very intently to my conversation, was my own type 1 diabetic's daughter. After I hung up the phone, Erin said in a very authoritative voice, and wise beyond her age, "She's going to be fine, Mom. She has me. And honestly, I'm not going to allow her to go through this alone. I don't want her to feel isolated like we were. Right now, we are all isolated. This is a weird social experience we're all experiencing together. But like any medical diagnosis or pandemic, don't allow this moment in time to define who you are. Allow yourself grace. We are giving our students grace, our own children grace. We should all allow ourselves some grace because we're taking in so much information right now. For the first time in a long time, I don't have any looming deadlines, meetings, or kid activities that's rushing me to pick up or drop off or, all of it. Today, I am able to focus on me and what is in front of me, and that is my family. Family time has become so precious to me. Family dinners we're having right now, the card games, movie nights, or daytime movie marathons, board games, painting rocks, toilet paper butterflies, and nighttime laser tags. We are in this weird twilight zone where time is indefinite. There is coffee time, and there is wine time. Time seems irrelevant. So please allow yourself some grace. If you need to, cry. Pick up a book and read for personal enjoyment. Gosh, I don't even remember the last time I did that. Explore a new craft that you've always wanted to do, but you've never had the time. Set time aside for yourself, just like you would on your calendar at work, for those meetings, and get up and go for a walk. There is nothing better than movement. It's good for the brain. It offers clarity. Movement is good for the body. It pumps endorphins, which is a mood enhancer. Accept what is for now. It won't always be like this. So for this COVID-19 journey, I challenge you to write a daily journal. It doesn't have to be pages long, perhaps just a sentence or a paragraph. Highlight the day's activities or loungewear. I've realized I need to invest in better loungewear. Write one good thing that happened to you and your family today. Did you laugh? Highlight that moment. On Facebook, I was scrolling and I saw a friend of mine. She had a Zoom meeting with her family, and she took a picture of her screen with 12 family members, and in the bottom right-hand corner was her brother, who he was in the bath and he had a candle next to him, and he was participating in the Zoom meeting. And it's just like, yes, you are doing it right. Take that personal time. Highlight that moment. Years from now, you will stumble across it and it will catapult you back to this time when all of life was still and everyone was invested in the health and safety of each other. Make this journal your gratitude journal. It might help you or somebody else distant or close to you later on in life. Everything always has a way of circling back. You just never know when. We also don't know how our ramblings could make a profound impact in somebody else's journey. So today, I am grateful for my younger self who had the foresight to write her thoughts and ramblings, fighting to hold on to her family, because today, my Erin, who is 13 years old, is now mentoring a new diagnosee. She is giving back in a way any mom, or really any human being, would be proud to have as a child. as a daughter, as a friend. It's gratitude. What is your gratitude for today? And as always, I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you for joining me today at Connect FCS Ed. In this podcast, we boldly celebrate families and careers by providing inspiration, support, and resources for teachers, students, and families. If you could do me a quick favor, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes. My mission is to get this out in front of as many people as possible to help educate and inform the community that home economics is alive and well. Each week, I will choose one special person to win some Connect FCS Ed swag. So be sure to add your name to the review and I will reach out to you if you're the winner. Thanks again for spending your time with me today. And be sure to visit me at fcspodcast.com for past episodes and more gifts to help spread the word that family and consumer science is today's home economics.